Hello, everybody.
Hi there. Welcome to Myth Busting Mondays.
Yes, we took a little hiatus last week so we could refuel, and we're back. Today, we're going to be talking about do you have to change in order to be loved?
That's right.
Do you
Here
have to
on
change?
You have to change in order to be loved. Yep. Every Monday here on Myth Busting Mondays, we bust a myth about love. And this is the one that really says, you know what? I have more to do. I got to be better. I got to get things going in my life. I've got to love myself more. And until I do all that stuff, I am not even going to try to approach this relationship thing.
Yeah, people put their relationship or even dating like on hold. Like, well, I can't do this and do that. Like I can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Exactly.
And we always find that a little sort of odd.
Yes.
We
Yes.
find it a little odd because it's like compartmentalizing your life. Like, I will say this personally, that when Matthew and I started dating, everything in my life just kind of clicked and worked better. And so we get it that sometimes people are busy and whatever. But I think a lot of times people think they have to change something about them. Like I have to be thinner. I'm actually in a group on Facebook where somebody said, well, I can't date until I'm a size 8. And I was like, holy moly.
Yeah.
What size you are, how much you weigh has nothing to do with whether you're worthy of love or not.
How much money you have, wherever you are in your career, if you
Yeah.
still don't even know what you're doing with your life, right? None of that has anything to do with whether or not you are worthy of love.
So you're worthy of love right now. So if you want it, then love is available to you. So let's dig a little bit more into this myth, right? You have to change to be loved. And I think a lot of people in our industry, if you will, say that people have to change this or that. I mean, Matthew and I will say it like this, that there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing
wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong with you. I'm going to say it even one more time. There's nothing wrong with you.
You heard that? Nothing wrong with you. Even if, you made some mistakes in your past in your relationships.
Who hasn't made that?
Right? Things
right?
that you're
Anybody?
that you're not proud of, even if,
Anybody ever do anything they're not proud of?
even if you had a really crappy childhood and
you're picking all of mine. Okay.
maybe
Crappy childhood.
you're not good at relationships. Even if you feel kind of lost in your life and you're not sure what to do with yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Even if all of those things are true, you are still worthy of love right now in this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. Because we know that you came into the world as the human embodiment of the energy of love. That's the way all babies come into the world. And we've said it before, we'll say it again. See a newborn baby, they have no blocks to love. They simply shine that spotlight of love on anyone who's around. They will receive love from anyone willing to give it. It's just we slowly learn over time, love is conditional in our family of origin. So let's look at this, all of these little tributaries of this myth, right? Mm-hmm. Because I think it's funny, Matthew made the bullet points today, and he started with a very masculine one. So, and some of you ladies or you younger ladies might actually relate to this, because I think actually with the millennials and younger, it starts to affect women in the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is, I need to have my career figured out. I need to be making blank amount of money. I need to have my finances in order, yeah. Right? However you want to think about it, it's all about career and finances. And you need to get all that figured out before you should even think about a relationship, right? And we talk to a lot of people who have their own business. Maybe they're entrepreneurs, and for them, it's like, wow, until I get my business going up and running, I can't even think about love.
Yeah, and we want to say this because we know a lot of entrepreneurs. We built our business through an entrepreneurial group, and we'll say this, that when you have the support of a partner, when you don't feel like you're on your own on those bad days, because everybody's going to have them, right? Whether you're singled or coupled up, you're going to have some bad days. And so being in partnership makes those bad days easier to bear. right? When you're in partnership. So there's no reason to put partnership off if you're unsure of your career path, or if you're still trying to make a, break it into whatever kind of career path or business that you're working on. All of that's going to flow to you better, easier. You're going to be more a well-rounded person in order to get through the challenges that you're going to face anyway. So being in partnership makes all those things better.
Yep.
No reason to put it off.
Just a quick story. One of my brothers, when he met his now wife, mother of his 2 children,
yeah.
right? When he met her, he had recently dropped out of college. He had moved back home and was living in, our parents' basement. He didn't have a job.
It was a nice basement. I'll just say,
it's
I've
a
been
nice
to the
basement,
house.
right? There are bedrooms in the basement, right? He didn't have a job, and he didn't have any money.
And he got a girlfriend that he ended up marrying.
Mm-hmm.
They live on a beautiful farm, really, out in Lawrence, Kansas, with 9.5 acres, a couple horses, a couple kids. I mean, it's really an idyllic life that they have. And I'm not saying they don't have problems, but Matthew telling that story just says, look, there's no reason for you to put it off, right? Don't put off finding the great love relationship. The longer you wait, then the longer you're going to be on your own and have to deal with the challenges that come your way by yourself, instead of having the support of a partner.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I have to cough.
So while she's coughing, let's look at the other big one that really shows up with this. And it's, I still have all this personal growth to do. I still have all these, issues that I need to fix. I'm still not really the person I want to be. I don't love myself enough, right?
Yes.
Fill in the blank, right?
I don't love myself enough yet. I should get this thing figured out first before I go into partnership. And you know what? You're never going to be a perfect person. Nope. We've been partnered up for a while. We're still not perfect people.
Nope.
We came into the partnership imperfect. We've remained so throughout the partnership, right? I mean, it's your life is a journey, not the destination. And as cliche as that is, it's really true. So we say it like this, that an intimate relationship, a partnership, is really the most deep, intense personal growth workshop you'll ever do. So if you want to do the real deep personal work, there's no better place to do it but in partnership. As a matter of fact, whatever you do on your own, you're gonna have to go do it even deeper once you're in partnership.
And the thing is, you can do it by yourself in partnership. Your partner doesn't have to be also doing the work with you, right?
Yeah, that's true.
If you just come into a relationship saying, hey, I'm going to learn how to be more emotionally authentic, or I'm going to learn how to take better responsibility for my behavior, I'm going to learn how to be a more loving person, right? You can do that all on your own in a relationship without, dragging your partner into your own personal growth workshop. Right?
Yeah, they don't need to go along with you. However,
yes,
as you evolve and change and shift and grow, it's interesting how an ideal partner will definitely follow along and want to be a better person to be in relationship with you. And we hear this all the time from our clients about how their partners step up for them when they realize, oh, wow, I've really got to, I've got to keep pace, right, with my partner. So in an ideal partnership, you definitely grow together, but you can certainly do your own personal growth work. I mean, I know I've done a lot of work on my own, even when I've been in partnership with Matthew. We actually don't process each other.
So we don't coach each other.
Yeah.
We don't,
we
don't say, hey, you need to change in order for this to work. Right.
That's that even just sounded weird coming out of your mouth. I don't like hearing that at all.
I mean, that's the thing, right? If you're approaching, we've spoken to, quite a few people who have been clients or potential clients who said, hey, I really wanted to grow in my relationship and my partner didn't want anything to change. right? And when you dig down into it, what you discover is that the person who says that is the person who was trying to prompt their partner to change, right? It was the person saying, hey,
I need you to change.
I need you to change, right?
Yeah, don't point that finger at
sorry,
me.
exactly.
That's like a loaded finger.
It's a weapon, right?
Yeah,
so,
I don't like it.
Right, that's not the attitude you want to have. You want to say, hey, I'm going to show up in a relationship and see how I can be a better person. And whether that inspires this other person or not will tell me a lot about that other person, but it's not about that, right? I would say this. Orna said, relationship is not a destination, it's a journey, right? And if it is a journey, you might as well have company while you're on the journey.
I think I said that about life.
Right.
You made it about relationships.
Yes.
But you know what? Having
you might as well have
on the
company
journey of life.
On the journey was my point.
Yeah, you might as well have company on the journey. And, being in an ideal partnership is what we're really talking about here. Because I think a lot of times people settle. And what we want to say is a lot of our clients settled in the past, but you can't settle for a lifetime. So they ended up, divorced, broken up, brokenhearted. And the thing is when you realize that you want to have a lasting partnership, that is the place to really look in the mirror and say, well, who do I need to be in order to bring in an ideal partnership? And so that isn't looking for what needs changing. It's looking at, instead of doing it backwards. Because what most people do is they date backwards. They go out on a bunch of dates, they have a whole bunch of feelings for somebody, and those feelings suddenly have them in their delusion in their mind think, oh, this must be the right person because I have all the feelings. And so if you've been part of our community for a while, you probably know my story, because I had all the feelings with this guy. I thought he was the guy, right? I was 27 years old. I think I was 26 when we started dating. But when I was 27 and we were living together and I thought we were going to spend the rest of our lives together, he beat me. And it was that wake-up call of a lifetime, right? So the feelings aren't the thing that guide you exclusively to select a partner. And so this idea of needing to change before you go looking for a partner is kind of like putting the cart in front of the horse, because through the dating process is where you really discover things about yourself that need shifting. I would have never learned about not valuing myself. I would have never learned how to select an ideal partner. I would have never realized so many things about myself if I hadn't been through that experience. And so I wouldn't be talking to you today. I certainly wouldn't be Orna Walters, right? If that experience hadn't happened, because I would be a different person. It was through those experiences. So through the challenges that you face in your life, when you really decide that you want a partnership first, when you decide that a partnership requires priority, it doesn't mean that you have to focus day and night on finding that ideal partner. But what it does mean is that you have to find the space in your life to take responsibility for all of who you are.
Exactly. The truth about love, right, is that love is always available to you. It's always here, right? Love is not gone. It may be hidden from you because you're in pain or you're hurt or you're feeling cynical, right? But love is always there. And you don't need to have accomplished anything or completed any growth or whatever you think needs to happen first in order for you to tap into that love and to find that love and experience that love.
You don't have to be slimmer. You don't have to be smarter. You don't have to have more money in the bank. You don't have to drive a particular car. Hey guys, this is a real big pressure on the men, right? Men think they have to have it all together or no woman is going to want to give them the time of day. And I think a lot of times the ladies think that men have it easy. So men, if you're listening to us, we gotcha. We know that a lot of times what's on your mind is thinking that you have to provide, even in this modern age where women are also working. And let's face it, most families are comprised of a 2-income household. And sometimes even that doesn't feel like enough. So if you think you're going to have a partner that solves your problems, that's the 180 degrees. It's like a different total video, right? Because there are some of those people. But we're talking about the people that they are putting it off. You're putting off this idea of going into a partnership because you've got to wait until fill in the blank gets done. And what we want to say is nothing needs to get done. You can actually start dating now, yes, in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because we've got a lot of goodies for you about dating in this particular age and why it's actually a positive, why this divisiveness is a positive, why this pandemic you can turn into a positive, to not just find any relationship, but to find a beloved relationship. Because all of these things bubbling up to the surface that are now in the light gives you an idea of who somebody is. So we're saving that for later, little teaser for what's coming up soon from us. But what we want to say is you don't have to change, right? You can be who you are and find an ideal partner. Now that ideal partner is somebody who's gonna love you anyway.
Yeah.
We have a friend on Facebook who posted the other day something about how his wife said, "Oh, I love you anyway," and he took it as an insult. And I said, "Well, that's the biggest compliment you can get, right?" I mean, Matthew and I say it all the time, like, "Oh, that thing that you just did, that bothers me, but I love you anyway," right?
Exactly.
And we mean it. I mean, I'm sort of doing it as a throwaway, right? No, I love you anyway, but I mean it, right? It's an ideal partner isn't somebody that you never have a conflict with or you don't have any miscommunication ever or any of those things. An ideal partner is somebody who loves you anyway, right? Despite your imperfections. I mean, really about those imperfections, let's face it, we really love somebody for those little quirks and those little weird things. I mean, honestly, my favorite thing is when Matthew really belly laughs. That's one of my favorite sounds in the whole universe. When he, like, not just like a ha-ha, but just like a really, like, I don't know what happened the other day, and he was just laughing, and oh, that's like music to my ears. It's the best sound in the world.
I like to hear that. So I'm going to say something a little controversial based on this video, what we've been saying, because the truth is there are some things you may have to change.
Now you went the other way.
I
That's
know.
A different video.
No, wait. There are some things you may have to change before you get that relationship. And what I'm talking about is you may have to let go of your fear. You may have to let go of your cynicism. You may have to let go of, whatever beliefs you have about men or whatever beliefs you have about women or whatever beliefs you have about dating, right?
Or online dating. Or apps.
Right? You may have to let go of something that you're using as an excuse to not find love, right?
Cheers. That's a good one.
Yeah, you may have to let go of your excuses, right? If there's anything that needs to change for you to find love, it's that you need to first acknowledge that those things you think are blocks are just excuses. And then you have to decide, okay, I'm ready to let go of my excuses.
So the top of the list, we're going to just bust those right now. It's not where you live, whether you live in a bustling metropolis or a tiny little rural town. And it's also not your age. So the reason why, if you're looking for love right now, it's not because of where you live or how old you are, whether you think you're too young or too old or whatever you think it is. So we are just going to say that's never it. And what we want to say is what we're really saying with this video, because Matthew just went 180 degrees, right? You don't have to change a thing. Oh, actually, you might have to change a couple things.
Yeah.
What we're really saying to you is that the only thing that you really have to change is your mindset about where you begin. Because it isn't about how you look or how much money in the bank or any of those external things that aren't really important anyway. What you might have to change is actually the mindset of where to begin. So we want to encourage you right now today, whatever it is that you're doing today, this week, it's the beginning of the week. So it's always a good day. Not only that, it's the
equinox.
It's the equinox. Ba, 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 dia. Say that you remember. All right, dancing in September, right? It's the 21st of September. We're going to throw out a coach's challenge to you. We're going to say it like this. Start right where you are. Start right where you are. Are the majority of questions that we've received on all the weeks that we've been doing these videos, on Tuesday, of course, like tomorrow, we'll be taking your questions for Ask O&M Live. And so what we've noticed is most of the questions are about online dating. Mm-hmm. So whether you've actually piped up and asked a question and interacted with us, or whether you're kind of lurking around and haven't asked, but still listening and watching those videos, what we're going to say is this: get your profile up, get your profile up, get on that app, and start meeting people virtually by what, the end of the week?
Yeah.
By Friday.
By Friday.
So start right where you are. If you're currently single and you want an ideal partnership, you want that soul satisfying, long lasting love relationship, it only happens when you meet new people. And every single person that you meet knows people you've not met yet. They know people you haven't met yet. So set aside the excuses, oh, I got this, that, and the other thing. And those of you who are like, oh, wait, you're not giving us a weekend? That's right. We're not giving you the weekend. So if we've inspired you to get your profile up and to start online dating, it's so great out there right now. Just post down here in the comments. Let us know down below. Say, I got my profile up. Between now, Friday's the deadline. Just make it
happen.
If you needed something to light a fire under your ass a little, we're here to do that. Because we think you're awesome. We know that you are deserving of love. And there's nothing to be afraid of except that paper tiger of fear that is only in your way from living your highest and best self. So pick a picture, have a friend take one if you have to. Don't put a selfie up. Please don't. I know you think you're doing that flattering thing where you're and looking all, cutesy because you took it yourself. Just, they look like you took it yourself. So don't put up a selfie. Guys particularly, don't put sunglasses up in your profile picture either, right? Eyes, window to the soul. So get your profile up. Just do it.
All right. Thank you for joining us for Myth Busting Mondays. Please comment on our coaching challenge in the comments below that says, hey, I've taken a step. I put my profile up. I'm ready to get dating. And be sure to join us tomorrow for Ask O&M Live, where we answer your love, dating, and relationship questions live on our video.
Yep, we're gonna this evening we will put that up. Sorry, we meant to get that up yesterday, but it didn't happen. Sure sucks not being perfect. But we will this evening put up that post that says, if you have questions for us tomorrow, please go ahead and put them in this thread. And then we'll be looking at the live video comments and also in that particular thread for tomorrow's Ask O&M Live. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Good night.